All right. How are we doing this morning? Good to go.
Their D4 and Justin Houston, are they pretty much on the same side, or do they flip them around quite a bit?
Ford's usually on the right, Houston's on the left. Not 100% of the time, but that's usually the way it goes. When they get to third down, sometimes they get into an odd package. Could get them split, could get a little bit of San Diego program, like Ingram did. And, yeah, be inside or put them together or use them in coverage and so forth. So, but normally it's Ford on the right and Houston on the left. Is if you said that's where they're going to be, that's most likely where you're going to find them.
Houston didn't play in the first time you guys met. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, good player. Does everything well. Strong against the run, can rush. Smart player. Instinctive. Just a good player. He's one of the best players.
Bill, their run defense statistically wasn't that good this year. Last week it was good against the Colts. What did you just see watching the film that maybe allowed their run defense to improve?
Well, I mean, it's a sort of a. I mean, that game kind of had its, like every game, it takes its own course. But I would just say in general, they have a lot of guys that are hard to block. So if you don't get them blocked, you're not going to gain any yards. But Jones is hard to block. I mean, Houston's hard to block. They have a good front. Hitchens is a very instinctive linebacker. He's got a lot of experience. He makes quite a few plays. Sorensen's another pretty instinctive guy that's down in the box a lot because they play so much man coverage. He's down there around the tight end in a lot of their base coverages, and then when they go to dime, obviously he's down there too. So, and they mix up their fronts between their 5 down front and their 4 down front. So, if you don't get it right, you got problems, and if you can't block one of those guys, you got problems. So, and if you can, like anybody else, then you got a chance. So, that'll be the challenge for us.
Bill, I wanted to ask about your training staff, your medical staff, not to get into specifics with health and injuries, but...
Well, that's good, though. Tom, we're not going down that road.
They've obviously done a really good job of getting guys ready to play and available for you to play, which I would imagine is, as you've said in the past, it's everything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the question is, can you illuminate me a little bit on how well they've done relative to other years or anything like that? Generally.
Yeah, I mean, they all work hard. Yeah, great.
Big advantage having everybody out there, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. Being able to practice, being able to train, being able to string those days and weeks together. It's what you want.
To belabor it one more. I think there was a year where we talked at the end and you said this is something that we scrutinize very hard in the off-season, what we're doing in terms of nutrition, rest, all those things. Do you think the health of this team right now might be at all relative to some of the things you've done in the past in terms of scrutinizing and trying to improve?
I would hope so, but I think in the end, it's a combination of a lot of things. Training's, it's like anything, it helps to have a good plan. It helps to follow the plan, and the players have worked extremely hard. There's no pill we can take to get in condition or get stronger or get faster or anything. You got to go out there and you got to work at it, and you do that day after day, week after week, month after month, in some cases year after year, and that's how you improve, just like anything else. So players have worked really hard as a total team with a lot of consistency. I think the work that, as you mentioned, the other people behind in those areas have done has been good. But it's a combination of a lot of people working together and doing a good job. But I think you can't take anything away from the players. I mean, in the end, players work to get in condition. Certainly they need a good plan, a good structure. I'm not saying that, but if they don't work hard at it, then you could have the best plan in the world. And probably going to have great results.
The contrast in playing styles between the quarterback you faced last week and the quarterback that you'll face this week is pretty significant. How have your scout team quarterbacks done, whether this week or all weeks, just in terms of preparing you for when the extreme is so different?
Well, we spend time with all of our players every week trying to instruct them and coach them into how we want them to do whatever it is whatever position they play is, whatever they're doing. And they do a great job of that. They do it the best they can. If they don't do it right, then we correct them, and they do it the best they can and do it right. So they really try to. They know their job's important to help prepare their teammates. They take it very seriously, and they do a really outstanding job. And so that's all you can ask. We try to put players in positions that are, we think, similar, at least physically, to the opponent, or we try to approximate it the best we can. It's obviously not perfect. We do the best we can on that, and then those guys try to do the best they can to simulate those things. Some of it's scheme, some of it's individual technique.
The last couple of times you played the Chiefs, there's been a few plays where they sent Kareem Hunt vertically down the field. Have you seen them do anything like that with Damian Williams over the past month or so?
So bad. They do with everybody. Yes.
It's a tough matchup to prepare for. I'm sure not every week you see running backs running 30 yards down the field vertically.
Yeah, well, pretty much everything the Chiefs do is tough. Andy does a really good job of attacking weaknesses in every defense, creating matchups. He has a lot of good skilled players. He moves them into a lot of different positions. They're very well coached. They can execute multiple things at a high level on a very consistent basis. I mean, that's why they're the top scoring team in the league. That's why they move the ball and score more points than anybody else, because they do it well a lot. So. So he does a great job challenging the defense with that and many other things. He's got a very good system, and they execute it extremely well with a lot of really good players behind a good offensive line. So there's usually not a lot of problems that come up on that end. Pressure and guys in the running game that are unblocked and things like that. Screens. They do a great job. Those guys get on the players that they're supposed to get onto based on the coverage, and get the screen started for guys like Hill and Conley and Williams, guys like that. So they do everything well. They're just a really good team.
Coach, they do a lot of pre-snap motion and misdirection plays and stuff like that offensively. How big is just discipline on the defense to not let them trying to get a lot of guys out of position?
Yeah, very important. They do a great job of that. There's, as you said, a lot of misdirection, a lot of motion, and it's fast too. These guys are moving, so some of it's misdirection, and some of it's they try to just get outside you fast. So you have to respect it, but at the same time, there's plenty of misdirection or complementary plays that come off that you also have to defend. Runs and passes, inside plays and outside plays. So it's hard. I mean, just honestly, all the things you guys bring up they're all problems we've been trying to deal with all week. We'll continue to, they do a good job. They force everybody to kind of be in the right spot, and if you're not, then they take advantage of it. So.
Jason McCoy made the point this week that Tyreek Hill's not the only fast receiver on the team. Watkins and Conley also ran 4.3s. Is this the fastest receiving play in the baseball team?
Yeah, they're fast. Kelsey can run. Bax can run. Yeah, there's a lot of fast guys out there. But they're more than just fast. They're elusive. They're good route runners. And they're slick too. I mean, it's more to it than just running straight line fast. These guys are fast, but they know how to use their speed. They're quick. Again, they have good scheme. They can complement each other. So Yeah, there's a lot of fast guys out there. That's why they have so many. That's why they have more explosive plays than any team in the league. Hill's got a lot of them, but it's not all him. There's plenty of other ones too.
Bill, understanding you're playing a team, not a stadium, would you say that Arrowhead is the toughest place to play in the league?
Yeah, again, I think it's about the team you play. And the Chiefs are good, so they're tough. If you play them anywhere, they're tough. They were tough here.
So was there a moment when you knew that J.C. Jackson was going to be a starter caliber player? I know it didn't start that way, and you've got a lot of depth at the cornerback position. So
Yeah, well, I mean, like a lot of players, you just go out there and keep getting better each day. And if you can stay on the field and keep improving, or learn from your mistakes, gain experience, gain confidence, gradually that just ratchets up, inch by inch, day by day.
So
I don't think it was like one play to like change the whole world. No.
Monday is going to be 25 years since Robert Kraft purchased a team. Just from your seat, we're all older now, obviously, but what has he meant to the team from your view or from working close with him?
Yeah, I mean, we have a good setup here. He's been very supportive. Gives us a great opportunity to go out and compete every week. We've done that. Hope we can continue it for a long time.
Do you get nervous as the game approaches at any point?
Yeah, every week. Yeah, every week.
Heightened for a postseason game, or is it all just...
They all count in this league. Just let me know the next game that doesn't matter, so I can take that into account.
Next August, not as much.
Those, so just let me know the ones that don't matter. I'll make sure I don't get excited for those.
Nervous.
Nervous, yeah, sure. You want to go out there and do well. There's an anxiety. We all have things in the game that we have to do. You want to perform them well, not let your team down, because everybody's counting on you to do your job. You're counting on everybody else to do theirs. You don't worry about everybody else. You just worry about doing what you can do and make sure you don't screw up what you're supposed to be responsible for, because nobody else can do that. That's your job, and we all have jobs to do. So, and we all want to do them well.
Final question?
Bill, I find it at all interesting, for lack of a better word. You had Peyton Manning's offense in the 2000s, a great offense, obviously, with the Colts, but their formation was pretty consistent. They didn't vary up much. With the Chiefs, they do a lot of different formations. And some great offenses do a lot of different things, and others it's more static formation.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I think it points to the scheme that teams play and how those schemes evolve. You don't have to. Everybody doesn't do the same thing. There are a lot of different ways to be effective. Within whatever system it is you use, you just have to be able to handle the things that are presented from your opponents. And I've been in both systems. I've been in systems that have a lot of moving parts. I've been in systems that have had very few moving parts. And one thing I learned early, very early, was they both can work, but they're not the same. And you have to figure out how to handle certain problems in one system, and you handle them differently in another. It's not maybe the same answer. That's okay. You just have to have an answer. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, the Colts, they didn't move the receivers. I mean, those guys lined up on the same side of the field on every play. There was no X, there was no Z, there was just left and right. So, yeah, same formation. Rare to see anything different formationally. You get their formations done in about 5 minutes. But they had an answer for everything within their system. And Andy's offense is, I would say, one that's continually evolved. It started out as a West Coast offense. And what he ran in Philadelphia was, I'd say very West Coast based, and that's evolved to now, RPOs and a multitude of other run pass combination type of plays, different routes and route progressions. Obviously, a lot of one-back sets and empty sets that were never really part of the one-back offense or a minimal part of it. So he's been able to adapt very well, and certainly he's had the mobility at quarterbacks from McNabb to Vic to Smith to Mahomes. So he's always had guys that have been athletic at that position. That's been kind of a common denominator, but the offense has evolved. It'll probably evolve again this week. I'm sure we're going to see something that we're not working on this week. That'll be a new wrinkle that we'll have to adjust to during the game. That's what he does. He does a great job of it, and they execute it well. Usually, when he puts in something that's a little bit different, it's a problem and it works. It's not always the case. Sometimes, team does something new and they don't execute it very well. It's hardly ever the case with Andy. His offenses are extremely, there's a lot of precision to them, and they execute right on the money most of the time. Very well coached. So, all right, see you in Kansas City.